Everybody loves a heartwarming, sweet, and silly animated movie, but Ron's Gone Wrong takes it to another level by giving us a great message on the pitfalls of technology and the need for genuine friendship. Don't worry, it's not anti-tech. In fact, it features a cute robot that makes a young boy's life infinitely better. Audiences have praised its animation style and sweet moments, but there may have been some hidden secrets you didn't notice the first time around. Ron's Gone Wrong takes place in a world where every child has a best friend that comes in a box. The Bubblebot, or B-Bot for short, is the #1 AI companion. It learns everything about you and becomes your own personal cheerleader and friend finder. Everyone except Barney, an awkward middle schooler, has one. Barney finally gets a chance at a social life when his mother buys a defunct B-Bot, who Barney affectionately names Ron. The two hit it off and go through some wild adventures together, growing close along the way. Though Ron is awkward and sometimes malfunctions, he is a true friend. Throughout the film, there are many Easter eggs and secrets that reference other popular films. Some bloopers are hard to catch. The Locksmith Animation Studios found clever ways to insert popular characters into the story, and some of these risks paid off in the best way. So let's look at all of the secret moments you may have missed in Ron's Gone Wrong. Oh, and I'm throwing in a major spoiler alert here.
Oh, hey guys. You just caught me chillin'.
We all love our gadgets, and at this point, it's almost impossible to imagine a life without social media or your electronic devices. No smartphones or internet? Forget about it. This world was built by tech giants like Apple, so it's no wonder their aesthetic and style pops up often in tech films. Apple has been memed and referenced in countless movies and shows since its launch, and Ron's Gone Wrong takes specific characteristics from the mega company. Once the movie starts, we can see the similarities. When Mark Weidel, the young genius CEO of Bubble, launches the B-Bot, the stage and presentation techniques mimic the popular Apple product launches that go viral every year. From the crowd excitement to the plain and simple stage, it's clear that these guys drew inspiration from Steve Jobs and his famous Apple launch events. How cool would it have been if they inserted a one more thing moment? Apple's influence also shows up in another very small but noticeable way. Once Ron and Barney meet, Barney takes it upon himself to teach the malfunctioning robot everything there is to know about being his friend. Every time Ron learns something, a certain bing noise is made. That noise sounds exactly like the message tone for an iPhone on any Apple product.
You have to like me, obviously, like all the same stuff as me, and you have to be on my side. But don't hit people, even Rich Belcher.
Coincidence? I think not. It's yet another nod to the tech giant. One other reference to the giant might not be so positive. Throughout the movie, the CEO Mark, who represents a leader who knows how to integrate online life with human interaction, clashes a lot with Andrew, who is all about numbers and profits. Andrew is a bit of a nutcase as he even resorts to spying on children to get the results he wants. Gross. This is why it's hilarious that he has a striking resemblance to current Apple CEO Tim Cook. I mean, just look at them. Same graying hair, same glasses, they even have the same skin texture. Whether this was a random design choice or a subtle call out to the CEO, we will never know. Either way, the reference works.
Sweet Justice Pie. Hey, run off back to your lab and invent something that doesn't kill us all. And, you got an algorithm for refilling this?
Every child's animated movie needs an animal companion. The Disney formula has been adapted several times by studios like DreamWorks, albeit the smart-mouthed talking donkey in Shrek isn't exactly the cuddly creature we're used to. Animal companions are a staple, and this movie does the same but in a different way. Locksmith Studios made their animal companions relate to the grandmother Donka. The Bulgarian immigrant does a lot of things that seem odd to Americans but necessary to her. She plays Poke the Dictator at her grandson's birthday parties and is always surrounded by a chicken and a goat. These two follow Grandma Donka nearly everywhere, and are more so her companions than they are Barney's. She always talks about one day turning the chicken and goat into a delicious dinner, but she never actually does it, meaning she's built up a fondness for the creatures. They even help out when Barney and his family have to break into Bubble to steal Ron's code back from the cloud. Seeing a bee character have their own animal companion is pretty cool.
Oh, Barney! I love new friend Beebot. He's very funny.
Everybody loves a good movie reference, but these take the cake. It's easy to miss, but the opening credits sequence features some very popular Disney characters. These little stormtroopers follow their leader Darth Vader to school, and they look like literal Easter eggs given in the Bee-Bot's round shape. Darth Vader shows up yet again during the scene where the B-bots all go crazy because they copied Ron's code. Another Disney property shows up really early in the film. During the B-bot launch, Mark asks a young girl to come on stage and test out the B-bot's ability to learn as much about her as possible. The robot quickly displays some of her favorite things, including the amazing woman superhero Captain Marvel. There's also an Iron Man and Black Panther skin that the bots wear throughout the film. So how did Locksmith Animation acquire rights to display these iconic figures? The film's writers Peter Bainham and Sarah Smith explain how lucky they were to get these little references in. It was a kind of brilliant kind of accident of the movie ending up with Disney, because originally the movie was at Fox, Sarah Smith shared. I have to tell you, when we were pitching the movie, we had all different versions of what we would show. Look at what a B-bot can do, and we would use the skins of whatever studio we were pitching to, so different characters that it could be. Peter Bainham added, and then they had to go. But Smith revealed that Disney's merger with 20th Century Fox, the studio that made the film, was where the real magic happened. But we always had this joke, this Darth Vader bot who would say, "Let us cross to the dark side," which for some reason we were so keen to hang on to our Darth Vader joke. So when Disney then acquired Fox, we were like, let's go ask them. And they were great. They gave us the right to use lots of those characters. That line was used in the scene where the bots went crazy at the middle school. It is immediately after one bot uses Gandalf the Grey's iconic line, "You shall not pass." Which B-bot skin would you get? Let me know in the comments below.
20,000 friends love!
What? I said he has to be a secret.
I know, but
Sometimes you create your own fate, and that was the case for young Barney. He had been by himself for so long that on his birthday, his only wish was a friend. After the launch of the B-bot, his chances at making friends naturally are even slimmer. Everyone is interacting with their B-bots at school and on the street while he pushes his scooter about. When Barney passes by a bubble store, he's mesmerized by all the sleek designs. He's distracted by other B-bots and the glowing orb, and almost gets hit by a B-bot delivery truck. At that moment, one of the bots falls off the truck and gets damaged. The driver looks worried before putting it back in the truck. Though Barney doesn't know it, that robot is his future friend, Ron. It's the same robot that his grandmother later buys from the truck driver. Talk about creating your own destiny.
Barney likes rock hammers too!
I'm gonna be late. My pants are on backwards.
That was Barney's wake-up routine.
Okay.
Friend request? Friend request.
For most children's movies, plot holes are a major issue. It's easier for us to suspend our disbelief, knowing that the film is intended for kids and not for adults to pick apart and overanalyze. That being said, while watching animated movies as an adult, some plot holes jump at you like a shark. This hole is pretty significant considering it shifts the entire premise of the film. At the beginning of the movie, when Barney causes a robot to fall off the truck, it cracks and faces a series of internal malfunctions. When Barney opens up the robot, which is his late birthday present, he sees that it cannot log on to the B-bot network. That small fall completely rewired the B-bot and made him unique, yet other major falls and injuries do not. In fact, the biggest plot hole comes when Ron and Barney get into a fight with Rich Belcher and his buddies on the playground. When Rich pushes Ron, Ron pushes back and states that he is extremely strong. He also reveals that he has a super strong protected layer that can't be damaged easily. We also see Ron get knocked around and even fall in a pool and a river. He gets hit by a truck and shakes it off like it's nothing. So how is it that a mere fall from a truck in the beginning rewired him? But all of the other hijinks he gets into barely leave a scratch. I'll leave you to answer that. Another major goof occurs after the robots malfunction at school. The school decides to allow only school-sanctioned activities with the B-bots during recess. So when the bell rings for break time, all the robots are programmed to teach the kids math with no exceptions. But when the kids go outside and Savannah stands next to Rich, her robot is still personalized and talking about the number of people that like her #poopgirl meme. Oops.
sharing. It pooped me.
Sharing, it
Sharing.
me.
No! Stop it! Don't share that!
Uploading the patch now.
Either way, it's still a great movie with a solid message and some tear-jerking moments. If you're a fan of animated movies and you watched Ron's Gone Wrong, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Should they do a sequel? Be sure to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, sticking it to the man.